Ladies and gents, one more reaction, and this is the deadliest being on planet Earth, the Bacteriophage, by the channel Kurzgesagt in a nutshell. A war has been raging for billions of years, killing trillions every single day, while we don't even notice. This war involves the single deadliest being on our planet, the Bacteriophage. Yeah, I saw this in that, genetically modifying, genetic engineering video of Kurzgesagt. These spidery looking things were killing bacteria. So yeah, but first I thought like, god damn, that looks like, something like somebody created something, but no, that's some real things. So yeah, I wanted to react to a video that had detail in it, but apparently Kurzgesagt has a video on it, so it's gonna be fun. I looked at quite a few Kurzgesagt videos already. If you haven't seen them, check out the cast. There's a playlist I created for it, Kurzgesagt reaction or something like that. Check out other reaction too, Real Life Floor, CGP Grey, Internet Historian, Salmonella, things like that. And yeah, this is a Kurzgesagt video. It might get blocked, so I have to put checkered box on the video, I guess. But we'll see. If it's that big of an issue, run the original video side by side. And yeah. And if you want to react to any video, comment down and let's watch this one.
A war has been raging for billions of years, killing trillions every single day, while we don't even notice. The war is fought by the single deadliest entity on our planet, the Bacteriophage, or phage for short.
It looks like that movie. What is that movie? Tom Cruise on War of the World? Is that the movie where the aliens come? I don't know. It looks like something from that.
A phage is a virus, not quite alive, not quite dead. Also, they look as if someone made them up.
Yeah.
Their head is an icosahedron, a sort of dice with 20 faces and 30 edges. It contains the genetic material of the virus and often sits on a long tail that has leg-like fibers. There are more phages on Earth than every other organism combined, including bacteria. And they are probably everywhere.
That many, all the beings, all the bacteria, every insects, every humans, all of them combined, that many phages. So it's everywhere apparently. It's even here right now. What the hell?
Combined, including bacteria. And they are probably everywhere living things exist. Billions are on your hands, in your intestines, and your eyelids right now. Which might make you nervous since phages are responsible for the majority of deaths on Earth.
Yeah, but bacteria.
But you're lucky. While they do commit genocide for breakfast, they only kill bacteria. Up to 40% of all bacteria in the oceans are killed by them every single day. But phages also have major flaws. Like any other virus, phages need a host to survive and reproduce. They're not much more than genetic material in a hull, and they specialize. Usually, a phage has chosen one specific bacteria and maybe some of its very close relatives. These are its prey. Imagine a phage as like a cruise missile that only hunts and kills members of one very unlucky family. When a phage finds its victim, it connects its tail fibers with receptors and uses a sort of syringe to puncture the surface. In a weird motion, the phage squeezes its tail and injects its genetic information. Within minutes, the bacteria is taken over. It's now forced to manufacture all the parts of new phages. They only stop when the bacteria is filled up with brand new phages. In the final step, they produce endolysin, a powerful enzyme that punches a hole in the bacteria. The pressure is so high that the bacteria sort of vomits out all of its insides and dies. New phages are released and begin the...
This is like one of those things. What are they called? Things that basically, puts larvae inside, living things and, things like that, bonds inside you. This is like that. Oh, God, this is so creepy. Basically injects itself inside this, and there are many other phages comes out and it literally explodes. Bacteria literally explodes. This is effed up. Obviously, this is good news to us because, bacteria screw with us. So this is like our allies. But don't we need some bacteria? There are some probiotic bacteria, I guess, probiotics that we need to digest food. What, these don't attack that or something?
Cycle anew. In the last few years, bacteriophages have enjoyed the attention of the second deadliest beings on Earth, humans.
That is not up to scale. Come on, man. It has to be much smaller than that, because if it's something smaller than that, I'm pretty sure you could see it. That's not up to scale.
Recently, we've started looking into injecting millions of them into our bodies because we're sort of getting desperate. We screwed up. In the past, a single cut or a sip from the wrong puddle could kill you. Bacteria were our phages, tiny monsters that hunted us mercilessly. But then, about 100 years ago, we found a solution in nature. By accident,
Yeah, you have stomach flu, stomach bug, whatever you call it. It's basically your diarrhea, and that's the end of it. When you have diarrhea, people know, oh, there you go. There, he's gone. He's done. That's just effed up, man.
we found fungi that produced a compound that killed bacteria, antibiotics. Suddenly, we had a powerful superweapon. Antibiotics were so effective that we stopped thinking of bacteria as monsters. Only the old and weakest among us were killed by them. We used antibiotics more and more for less and less serious causes. We lost respect for the monsters and the
Oh yeah, that is so true. And people just have some common cold, like some sneezes and here and there, a bit of cold in your head, a bit of headache. That's it. And people like, oh, I have to take antibiotics, take some kind of, I don't know, amoxicillin or something like that. I'm like, dude, that's not something. Do you have a fever? Are you on the bed? Did it get worse? Small thing, it doesn't require antibiotic. People literally abuses antibiotic a lot. What that does is create some kind of resistance in your own body. There'll be a day where antibiotics won't work as much as they should, and that day you're screwed.
weapon. But bacteria are living things that evolve, and one by one, they started to become immune against our weapons.
Super
This
bacteria.
continued until we had created what are called superbugs, bacteria immune to almost everything we have. This immunity is spreading across the world as we speak. By 2050, superbugs could kill more humans a year than cancer.
Whoa, there was something on the news called super gonorrhea that people were panicking about, like nothing works against that. So yeah, this is basically, obviously, evolution works at, bugs too. Bugs evolve too, but as whatever bugs this, germs, whatever you call it, they evolve too. So basically, the too much antibiotics, so they had to evolve. Now we need to find something else that would work against them, because otherwise we're screwed. This is so effed up. This is why people, when they say Earth is perfect for the human, and lots of scientists say no, Earth is not perfect for human. Nothing is perfect for human. Even the smallest thing you could think of tries to kill human, and we have to fight every day, every decade. We need to create some kind of a scientific advancement just to stay alive. This is that. Look at that. This is ridiculous.
The days when a cut or bladder infection or a cough could kill you or your loved ones are coming back. In the US alone, more than 23,000 people die from resistant bacteria each year.
Damn.
But it turns out that phages, our tiny killer virus robots, could save us. We can inject them into our bodies to help cure infections. Hold on, how can injecting millions of viruses into an infection be a good idea? Phages are very, very specialized killers of bacteria. So specialized, in fact, that humans are completely immune to them. We are too different. We encounter billions of phages every day, and we just politely ignore each other. Antibiotics are like carpet bombing, killing everything, even the good bacteria in our intestines that we don't want to harm.
Yeah.
Phages are like guided missiles that only attack what they're supposed to. Wait a minute. If we use phages to kill bacteria, won't bacteria develop ways of defending themselves? Well, it's more complex than that. Phages evolve too. There has been an arms race between them and bacteria for billions of years, and so far they're doing great. This makes phages smart weapons that are constantly getting better at killing. But even if bacteria were to become immune,
This is ridiculous. That is true, isn't it? This is billions of years of war between them. Of course, if they evolve, also bacteriophages evolve too. This is ridiculous. they are all this, metal and mealy-vapor. Bacteriophages came with the assault rifles. Look at that.
against our phage, we still might be able to win. It turns out that in order to become resistant to even just a few species of phages, bacteria have to give up their resistance to antibiotics. We might be able to trap them in a catch-22. This has already been successfully tested with a patient who had no other hope left. The bacteria Pseudomonas aeruginosa, one of the most feared bacteria, infected the man's chest cavity. They are naturally resistant to most antibiotics and can even survive in alcoholic hand gel. After years of suffering, a few thousand phages were directly inserted into his chest cavity together with antibiotics the bacteria were immune to. After a few weeks, the infections had completely disappeared.
That is awesome.
Unfortunately, this treatment is still experimental, and pharma companies are still reluctant to invest the necessary billions in a treatment that has no official approval yet. But things are finally changing. In 2016, the largest
I mean, FDA's approval required more than a decade, isn't it? But I think there is also, walk around. They just say this is not FDA approved or something like that. They still can sell things, these pharmacy companies. So if this actually worked, this is a promising thing for the future. I saw that CRISPR video, genetic engineering, where they was talking about this too. So yeah, genetic engineering together with things like this, it's not so bad. But between that time, super gonorrhea, things like that would just increase. So we need to invest a lot in biological studies, because if we don't, just in few decades, there are so many things coming that could screw with us. Last year is going to be like nothing. Last year going to feel like it's nothing compared to what's coming. So we need to invest in biological studies a lot.
phage clinical trial to date began, and phages are getting more and more attention. And we better get used to it, because the era in which antibiotics have been our superweapon is drawing to a close. It might be a weird concept, but injecting the deadliest being on planet Earth directly into our bodies could save millions of lives. This video was made possible by a grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. If you'd like to support Kurzgesagt...
What? Bill Gates Foundation supported him? Damn, Kurzgesagt big, isn't it? Yeah, this was a good... But, I have concern. Everything evolve. What if bacteriophages in the future evolve and, attack some important parts of our body, attack us in a way? That would be problematic. Yeah, so this was a good video. Alright, people, if you like my Rick Sunday, like, subscribe, check out the Rick Sunday. There's a link in the description. Check out the cards for the playlist, check out the end cards, and yeah, I'll see you next time.